Good morning, friends. We are on a bit of a field trip today. Normally, on the third Saturday of the month, we're set up doing a market out at 5 Points Distilling outside of Forney. Today, I'm not setting up because I'm getting over this sinus thing, as you can tell by my voice. But I wanted to introduce you to a company that we have met here that we are going to be partnering with to sell their coffee, because you know how much I love coffee. So I'm going to introduce you to Patrick and Brett from This Little Bean of Mine, which is the cutest name for a coffee company ever. And they're going to tell you a little bit. I'm going to let them do the talking since my voice is not here. And they're going to tell you a little bit about their company.
No worries.
All right.
Hi, I'm Brett.
I'm Patrick.
Yeah, we got started with This Little Bean of Mine about 3 years ago. Patrick and I are both really big coffee lovers. Obviously, this isn't something you do just on a whim. But if Patrick and I have both worked coffee jobs in the past, combined total of over 20 years in the industry. And then I started home roasting my coffee because I got tired of buying store quality coffee, but also wanted to do it on a budget. So I started roasting my own coffee at home and got Patrick involved. And slowly over time, we decided, hey, a business sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. And then a couple years later, I started home roasting, and definitely we wanted to bring good quality coffee to anybody that was willing to try it. Elevate people's home coffee experience. So we set out with three main goals. We set out to bring the freshest possible coffee, bring it in a unique way. So every coffee gets treated individually. So we roast each coffee in a way that highlights the flavors that coffee has to offer, not just applying a single dark roast or a single light roast to every single coffee. And then we want to not only enrich people's coffee experience, but also enrich people's lives. So we try to work with a lot of really great organizations, whether small businesses, but also some nonprofits that we highly support and want to see thrive. And
Remind me where you guys get your beans. I know I've asked you this before, but I wanted to share it because I thought it was neat.
Yeah, so we source our beans from all over the world. We use a handful of reputable importers currently when we can't develop direct relationships with farmers. But our main goal in sourcing beans is going to be ensuring that we're enriching the lives of the people that we work with. So that means all of our beans come in with a fair trade quality or better. So meaning that we know that there's traceability back to the farmer, back to the people that are responsible for producing this product from the very beginning, and they're being treated in a fair way to help enrich their lives as well. So our enriched lives goes both ways for our business, upstream and downstream.
Yeah, we can give a few little brewing tips.
Yes. Top 4 coffee brewing tips for the home brewer.
Top 4.
Freshness. That is the core of what our business set out to do and how we set out to differentiate ourselves from many other roasters. And a lot of other really good roasters stop prioritizing freshness. When you home roast, you realize just how important that freshness piece is to coffee, and you allow you really capture the most full flavor that coffee has to offer when you have it between 1 to 4 weeks. After that 4-week period, coffee starts to go stale. It's just a natural process in the coffee's life cycle. And most big coffee roasters and a lot of small coffee roasters have a hard time keeping coffee fresh for their customers. So they'll have coffee sitting on their shelves in their roasteries that are 2, 3, 4 months old. Big box coffee companies, you're lucky if it's less than a year old. So what we really try to do is prioritize freshness. If we're shipping direct to customers, we get it to them within 1 week of it being, we ship it within 1 week. The aim is to get it to the customer within 2 weeks of it being roasted, so that they have 2 weeks to enjoy this perfectly fresh coffee.
Then we also recommend good water. Coffee is 98% water. The 2% of the solubles come from the coffee beans. And if you're starting out with bad water, you're not going to have good coffee. It's just not possible. So good, clean, filtered water, whether you're just filtering through a Brita pitcher or you've got a water filter on your fridge, we definitely recommend making sure that you are using the best quality water that you can. We also recommend grinding the coffee correctly to the grind size. Obviously, we can do that if it's ordered from our site, or we recommend, if at all possible, brewing or grinding fresh right before the brew. But that grind size will affect how much of the coffee is extracted, either over or under extracted. And so there are different variations in that. There are tons of handy little guides online that you can find to see exactly where you want to land. But we definitely recommend making sure that your grind size is just right for your brew method.
And I think lastly would be ratio. So brewing coffee at the right ratio. We generally recommend an 18-to-1. That means 18 parts water to every 1 part coffee, usually done by weight. That's going to be the most accurate way of measuring. That is what we consider like the golden ratio. You start from there, and then you can adjust your flavors to make it stronger or weaker by adjusting that ratio up or down. But that way you have a consistent brewing experience from one session to another, and you know what adjustments you need to make for your taste.
Nice. Yeah. And with that, last month when we were here, you gave me the tip about iced coffee.
Yes. So iced coffee is really fun because you can do iced coffee 2 ways. Everyone loves a good cold brew. That's gained a lot of popularity lately. But if you're out of cold brew and you don't have another 20 hours to wait for it to brew again, you can make a quick iced coffee. Some people call it a Japanese style iced coffee, but essentially you're going to brew double strength hot coffee and then pour it over equal parts ice to the water. So use that same 18-to-1 ratio. I'll use a 12-ounce portion as a really easy round math. You'll use 180 grams of water and 180 grams of ice. And then you'll brew the coffee directly over the ice, cools it down immediately and instantly. You have this really fresh and bright and vibrant iced coffee within 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was delicious. You made me some last time. All right, well, thank you guys. We're very excited. I'm going to show this stuff here on the table because I kind of had it up on you guys. This is some of their different blends that they have, and these awesome little cups down here. And then this Clever Dripper, which I just bought Thomas for Father's Day, so I'll have to wait to post this video until Sunday. Very excited about that. So these are the products that they have. And last question is, where all can we get your coffee? I mean, we're going to have it at the Kaufman Fresh Market now.
So we work with a handful of vendors. You can definitely buy our coffee here every third Saturday when we're taking part in the market here, as well as there's one coffee shop that we work with that puts our coffee on their shelves, Coral Reef Coffee Company in Lewisville, Texas. Aside from that, the best place to get it and ensure that you get the freshest possible product every single time is you can order direct from us at our website, thislittlebeanofmine.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much, you guys. We're excited to sell your coffee and drink it.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.